Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Just a quick update on the setup I have. I did actually buy sound panels. As you can see, one's kind of goofily set up right here and a few right behind me as well. I didn't buy double-edged tape, so I gotta go get that, and then everything should be set up. So enjoy the echo while it lasts, baby. But today we're switching it up a little bit. None of this Sunny V2 stuff. We're going to Atozy. Atozy makes some very funny videos. I've seen a few of his, but we're looking at TikToker facing 23 and a half years in prison for disgusting pranks. Now, if you guys remember what pranks were back then, it was like prank calling your buddy, or, you know, the whipped cream with the feather. That's a prank. Now, this shit's getting ridiculous. But enough jibber jabber, let's get to the video.
This influencer was arrested again after allegedly continuing to assault random people on the street for his pranks, which is an outcome usually left with his victims either covered in sludge, garbage, chicken eggs, or even body waste. Yeah, it's safe to say
It's not a prank when it's on a random person. Especially something physical like that, that's just harassment.
that pranksters are down bad. Thankfully, those weren't as bad as the original ones that we covered, because you might remember this guy from when I first covered him and his content back in early of 2024, as he made headlines after being—
I feel like this dude's covered so many like degenerate pieces of garbage, it's hard to tell which one.
being arrested for throwing biohazard buckets at random subway passengers in Belgium. However, since then, not only was he released on bail, but this absolute moron doubled down and decided to continue with his antics. So I guess there was no surprise here that he was arrested yet again. So this is Yannick, a Belgian TikToker and YouTuber and Instagram influencer who was recently arrested for several charges, including violation of bail, insulting state agents, behaving disorderly, possessing illegal weapons, assault and battery, damaging public property, and handing out substances that seem to be dangerous. And I guess for whatever reason, this guy has built an entire online presence around assaulting strangers with buckets of the most disgusting sludges that you could ever imagine. Like,
why? What? I feel like people like this just expect to say it's just a prank, bro, or there's a camera, and it's like hitting the reset on the bottom of like a Game Boy or something. Like it's just gonna reset the system. Oh, I apologize, good sir. Please continue while I'm covered in fucking chicken eggs.
Like mixing things like dog waste, paint, beer, and food scraps all in one bucket. His methods are always the same. He fills up a bucket with whatever repulsive mixture he can find near him, and I guess just throws it on someone random he finds on the subway. Then he runs as fast as he can like the coward he is. And yes, he really calls these pranks. But I guess the only—
It's harassment. It's not even a prank, bro. Like, what are you talking about? It's not a prank. Especially when you have to run away like the bitch you are, because you know there's consequences. You just don't want to deal with them.
The only pranks that he has to worry about now are the ones that will be done to him in prison. And I don't know if this makes this worse or better, but this absolute moron just seems to be doing all of this for the sport of it, as most of his videos only get a couple thousand views, and from what I can tell, he doesn't even have ads running.
Well, and wasn't it, what's the dude's name? Johnny Somali. He would do fucking crimes for $5. Like, you don't really need a whole lot to motivate these days. Like, someone who sees these as pranks, you don't need a whole lot to motivate them because it's fun. Until shit hits the fan. Or the person.
So there's literally zero upside with him doing this. But back in January of 2024, he was arrested and charged with assault and battery, plus property damages. And I mean, at that point, it would be safe to say that most people would maybe go, I don't know, maybe it's time to find another career path, especially considering that he wasn't making any money from this. Like, perhaps consider something that doesn't require you being a burden to society. But not Yannick. Since roughly 1 month after his arrest, this guy was back on this channel with a brand new series. And what is his brand new series? As you saw earlier, it was Throwing Eggs at Strangers Prank.
That's not a prank. That's not a prank. That's not a prank.
Yeah, I wouldn't say egging strangers is anything unique. I mean,
I'm sorry, but if someone, especially one of the dudes in a tuxedo, you just got off work or you're heading to work, you're already probably in a shit mood, and some dingleberry wants to throw an egg for some views. What are we missing here? What the fuck?
I mean, come on. Wow. What an evolution, bud, from throwing dog waste to now chicken eggs at people. What inspiring growth.
I mean, it's an upgrade, right? I mean, it's not as bad as dog shit or like shit in general. You still shouldn't do it. I mean, you know, two negatives make a positive, but that's only math. That's not real life.
I mean, this guy is so pathetic it's becoming depressing, but according to a spokesperson for the Brussels prosecutor's office, Yannick fully confessed to these incidents, stating that his videos were posted on social media with the aim of getting as many likes as possible. And there it is. It's all just for likes. It's not even for money. Because again, they aren't...
I wonder if it's like, if it's a mindset they have to where it's like, oh, I'm going to be remembered because the people that liked me are, it's going to keep growing and people are going to remember me. It's like, yeah, people are going to remember you, but is it going to be for the right causes? No.
monetized. Dude is actively ruining his own life alongside of other people's days just for some basic attention on social media. Pathetic is an understatement. And playing the clip without like hyper editing each egg throw, it's just so incredibly lame and dragged out as the
Like, I'm just like something that popped into my head. Logan Paul, he used to do like pranks where he'd like, you know, get out of the van with, you know, pokeballs and throw them at people and shit. But obviously, dude was making money off of that. Like, and probably not like oodles of money, but he was making a pretty penny off of that shit. Whereas, yeah, this dude's getting like 1,000 likes or like 1,000 views. Buddy, you're not. That's not gonna do much.
the whole premise of this prank is throwing an egg at someone and then going, I don't know where the egg came from. That's crazy, dude.
It's those stupid videos where people get the buckets and they'll put it over one person's head and then they'll put it over their head like, the bucket god just smited us. What is happening? It's like, buddy, if that ever happens to me and I look over and a dude did it, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, clearly, idiot. Like, what the fuck? No one else is gonna just do me and you at the same time.
Dude.
Ah.
Oui. Il y a un truc qui est tombé de là. Il y a eu une fuite là, il y a un truc qui est tombé.
Ah, dude.
J'ai vu, oui, il y a un truc qui est tombé de là. Je sais pas
He's
si
looking right at you, buddy boy. He's like, you can tell me what you want. Ain't no fucking way. An egg just fell from the fucking ceiling, idiot.
il y a une fuite, c'est quoi? C'est quoi?
The victim's just so unamused as well. Dude was sleeping and he woke up with egg on him. He's like, okay, whatever, but now I have egg on me.
It's like, usually it's like, why? Oh, bird flew by and, you know, shed on me or something. Nature happened. No. When you find out that the reason you have egg on you is because some little douchebag's like, oh, that's 10 likes, 15 likes, 30 likes. It's like, buddy, find a different route.
This prankster is just a bottom feeder of society who will happily embarrass, humiliate, and burden random innocent strangers just for some attention on social media. But thankfully, the only real attention he received is by the government officials, but sadly, not before things got worse. Because on July 19th, 2024, this absolute moron decided to upload his 8th video in this dumping a bucket on strangers series. This time, he took his viewers on a delightful journey through the forest where he gathered supplies for his latest abomination. Here he mixed together various oils, beetroot juice, wood chunks, and some unidentified waste before dumping the entire mess on yet another unaware victim's head. And yes, this is while he's out on bail. This dude is working overtime to get no leniency from the judge.
I'm wondering if it's a mentality of like, I'm already going in. Cause I've heard that so many times from like TV shows and like cops and fucking. Wasn't there even one on like Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator? Like, well, I'm already in bail, so I figured. It's like, what? You're already in trouble, so when I get more trouble? Like, what the fuck?
And understandably, fed up with all this nonsense, the Brussels Intercommunal Transport Company, they released a statement calling this behavior completely unacceptable. In quote, they said, "We really don't take this lightly. We immediately notified the police and instructed our lawyers to the latest incident of the public prosecutor's file on his previous offense."
Yeah.
And this is where things start to catch up to Yannick, because authorities are no longer playing around with him. Because when the police searched him after his latest prank video, they found something that made his situation so much worse for him. A couple of tear gas canisters in his possession. I really hope that was not for a future video. If it was, thankfully they seized those.
Where does someone... Where do you even go and get tear gas? What? You just go to the fucking supermarket? I need 2 tear gas. Good to go. Thank you. What? And I guarantee you, if this would have taken any longer, that was the next video. I guarantee it. Because it's a snowball effect. It just gets worse and worse. Goes from eggs to shit and a bunch of other disgusting fucking shit. Then tear gas. Next thing you know, he's just going to start fucking...
But according to the Brussels Times, a judge has now slapped him with quite the impressive list of charges.
Good.
Violation of bail, insulting
Slap him
state
up.
agents, behaving disorderly, possessing illegal weapons, assault and battery, damaging public property, and handing out dangerous substances. It's safe to say that's a lot of charges for some social media pranks.
Dude, when this dude gets when the judge gets his list, it's gonna be like that scroll where like you like pop it down and it just keeps going. And you're just like, well, buddy, you're fucked. I don't know what you're doing here. You should already be in jail.
So to make things so much worse for the guy, under Article 401 in the Belgian Criminal Code, assault and battery with premeditation aggravating factors could lead to imprisonment ranging from 10 to 15 years. And this guy filmed himself dump a bucket of waste on people 7+ times. Actually, 8 times with that most recent incident. And then you have dozens.
8 times 8. You'd think like after 2, if you had like any soul, you'd be like, damn, bro, I really wouldn't want that happening to me. So you know what? It was fun while it lasted. We're done. This motherfucker had 6 more in the chamber. Jesus Christ.
Of egg videos. Pun not intended, but we're sending it. In addition to that, while the violation of bail sentence could be very depending on the circumstances, the illegal weapons charges alone can result in 1 to 5 years behind bars, plus fines ranging from $100 to $25,000. Then for insulting public officials, the penalty is 15 days to 6 months in prison, or a fine of up to $300. And the disorderly conduct may result in 3 years in imprisonment if the behavior happens repeatedly, and he definitely fits the bill for that. And he filmed himself do it multiple times and uploaded himself doing that multiple times, all for some social media attention.
8
so
times.
it's safe to say he's going to get some attention in prison. And since vandalism is also considered a misdemeanor in Belgium, it's usually punishable with only like $125 a fine, or a prison sentence up to 7 days. So in total, and that's only if you count one of his bucket dumping videos, Yannick might be getting prison of up to 23.5 years. And again, that's only including one of his bucket dumping videos he's done.
And that's what I love about this. The title isn't like exaggerated. It's actually underestimated. That's the minimum. Minimum. Holy shit. Good. You gotta bend them over your knee and give them a good old spanking. You gotta make sure everyone knows that it's a message. It's a, hey, you do this shit, you're getting slapped. Right on the booty. Nothing you can do.
On that 8 times. So it's safe to say he's really not helping himself to get any leniency here. And you also have like a very wide range of a potential sentence for that violation of bail and distributing dangerous substances. But
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, he has that literal list of fucking just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can just keep going down the fucking line. Like, it is ridiculous. Just life in prison. Shit, right? Why not?
currently he's being detained in Heron prison in Brussels, and on March 21st it was decided that his case would proceed to the criminal court. The trial date has not been announced yet, but one thing is for sure, that his days of freely dumping sludge on random subway passengers, they're probably over. So I mean, the dude really threw his life away because he wanted to dump sludge on strangers for social media attention.
And I'm really hoping this doesn't, like, I doubt it will, because obviously what's happening from this dude, but it doesn't build down, like, a legacy of, like, oh, I have to carry the torch and now I have to go shit in a bucket, get some mushrooms and grass and mix them all together and dump them on people for my mans. Like, no, don't. Monkey see, monkey don't do. Like, you don't have to do everything.
It's actually so funny how pathetic some people can be. And I mean, imagine just being one of those victims. You're just trying to get home from work or school. Maybe you've already had a rough day and then suddenly you get a bucket of dog waste dumped all over you. Like,
not even the dog waste, an egg. Someone throws a fucking egg at me when I get off work or on my way to work, or even if I was going to school. That like, if my day was a 2, it's now in the negatives, dog. Like, just because you wanted some fucking clicks. God, and I wish there, back in the day it wasn't cameras, so you could just get an ass whooping down the alley and no one would stop you. Now everything's being recorded. Can't. There's even people trying to fake being like the Karens that have their dogs that are like 5 feet away. They're like, oh, they bit me.
Like, come on. Then of course that video was filmed without your consent for thousands of people to watch. I mean, the sheer narcissism you have to do that to someone is outrageous. The best thing that we can actually hope for cases like this is there's actually real world consequences for treating other people as props to your quest to internet fame. But I guess this is what happens when you base your entire self-worth on social media validation.
And it's the main character syndrome, where like everyone's a side character in my story. I'm the main character. I'm the knight in shining armor to everyone that they've been asking for. You all live in my world. This is Barbie's world, and I'm Barbie, damn it.
You just start doing dumber and dumber stuff for that basic attention on social media. It's so depressing to see. But in the meantime, Yannick remains in detention, awaiting his trial. The question is now whether the Belgian justice system will actually make an example out of him to discourage others from following his footsteps, or not. But if you're in Brussels, you can at least ride the subway again without the fear of being doused in dog waste. For now, at least. That's one step forward. Hopefully next, they actually throw him under the prison. But other than that, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Agreed.
Peace.
I 100% agree. As you guys know, in every single one of these videos, I'm going to leave the channel in the description down below with the video. Absolute banger from Atozy himself. Every video he makes is... but leave a like down below on this video if you enjoyed, and comment what you did or did not like about the video. And subscribe if you want to see more, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a wonderful day.